Hello, everyone. In this video, we're going to show you how to submit an estate form 700 SOV, or Statement of Value. This is not a logged-in activity, so we'll begin on the Maine tax portal homepage and navigate to the Estates panel. Then click the hyperlink for Submit Statement of Value. First is the Getting Started page. This page has general information about filing an estate 700 SOV versus filing an estate 706 ME. This page also tells us what information we need to complete this form and has links to more information if needed. Once we've confirmed that we have all the information we'll need, we'll click Next to proceed. Next is the Decedent Information page. Please be aware that when we say the word decedent, we are referring to the person who has passed away for whom you are filing this estate form 700 SOV. First, we'll fill in their Social Security number and their date of death, and then their marital status. Depending on the marital status that you select, you may be required to provide a spouse's Social Security number and name. In either case, you'll be asked to provide the first and last name of the decedent. Next is residency status, which does default to resident, but you can change this to non-resident if applicable. And then the decedent's domicile and date of death. As with all addresses, this must be verified through the United States Postal Service. And once we verify the address, we may click Next to proceed. Next, we'll enter the personal representative's information. This includes an ID type, such as federal employer ID or Social Security number, and then the ID number. Because we selected federal employer ID, a firm name is required. And we have the option to also enter a contact first and last. Had we selected the option for Social Security number, the firm name fields would not be editable, but the contact first and last would be required. Next is contact methods. Required fields here are marked with a red asterisk. And next is the mailing address for the personal representative. And as always, addresses must be verified through the United States Postal Service. And once we've verified that address, we'll click Next to proceed. On this page, we're asked if we have an authorized representative. If we select yes, on the next page, we'll be prompted to enter in their information. If we select no, that page will not be displayed. For today, we're going to say yes, and then click Next to proceed. And then we'll fill out the information for the authorized representative. Required fields are marked with a red asterisk. And this page will look fairly similar to the personal representative information page. So we've entered the authorized representative's first and last name, their contact methods, and their address. And we're going to verify that through the United States Postal Service. And then click Next to proceed. Next is the Certificate of Discharge of Estate Tax Lien page. There are 2 yes or no questions asking if we are requesting a lien release on real property within Maine that was owned by the decedent, and asking if we're requesting a lien release on tangible personal property within Maine that was owned by the decedent. For today's demonstration, we're going to say yes to both, and then click Next to proceed. Next, we're asked who should receive that signed certificate of estate tax lien discharge. We can opt to send the signed certificate to the personal representative, the authorized representative, or someone else. Selecting the someone else option will make the address fields editable, and we can fill those out as applicable. Required fields are marked with a red asterisk. And if we select the personal representative or authorized representative, it will auto-populate the address information based on what we entered earlier in this form. And when we've entered that address or confirmed that it looks correct for the personal or authorized representative, we will click Next to proceed. On this page, we're asked to list all items of real property belonging to the decedent for which a certificate of estate tax lien discharge is being requested. We'll click the blue hyperlink to add property, enter the location information, and the deed information for that property. All fields in this pop-up window are required as indicated by the red asterisk. And once we've filled out all those fields, we'll click the blue Add button, and we can see that that item has been added to our list. You can repeat that process for all items of real property for which you are requesting that signed certificate, and then click Next to proceed. Next, we're asked to list all items of tangible personal property belonging to this decedent for which a certificate of estate tax lien discharge is being requested. Again, we'll click the blue Add Property hyperlink and enter in the information for this piece of property. And click the blue Add button. And we can see that that item has been added to the list. You can repeat that process for all items belonging to this decedent that you are requesting the signed certificate for. When you've done so, you may click Next to proceed. Next is the attachments page. There's one required attachment, which is the decedent's death certificate, and there are several optional attachments as well. You'll click the blue Add Attachment hyperlink, select the type of file, and browse for the file. And then we'll click OK. And we can see that that file has been added as an attachment. And we'll repeat that process for all attachments that we're adding today. And once we've added all attachments, we can click Next to proceed. Next is the summary screen, where we're shown the demographic information, or some of the demographic information that we entered earlier in the filing. Once we've confirmed that that is correct, we may click Next to proceed. We're brought to the declaration, where we'll check the box to verify that the return is true, correct, and complete, and enter the name of the person filing the return. First and last name, please. And again, to confirm. And then we may click Submit. We'll be asked to enter our email address twice. And this will allow us to access the request at a later date. This email address will be reiterated back to us on the next page, along with our confirmation code. As always, we do encourage you to make note of this information for your records. You can also use the printable view option to print this information if preferred. That concludes our demonstration of how to submit an estate form 700 SOV or statement of value. Thank you all for watching.